Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shauna, or you can call me mismooncrystal, whatever vibes with you the most. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I have been working on some different content for you guys. I want to bring some more practical, simple videos that can really help you guys in your lives. So today we are going to be talking about how to manifest with tea. So I'm going to show you how I do it, or the recipe that I have. It's a little bit different than probably some other ones that you have seen, and just kind of like going through the whole thing and what it all means, how it works, those sort of things. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If you would like to hit subscribe and notify, I do make videos about every week or something like that. I try to put several out a week. I'm sorry, I'm not like exactly knowing when I'm putting videos out right this second, because I kind of started like changing content up and changing things up so much. I do pick a cards, tarot readings, stuff like that, but I really wanted to kind of incorporate some new content for you guys that you would like, that, like I said, could be helpful and practical for you guys. Who doesn't love that? So we are going to talk about manifesting with tea. And I know it seems very simple. I've actually seen a lot of flack on the internet about the whole manifesting with water. And I have some arguments with it. Now, I'm not telling you that you're going to be able to manifest $1 million overnight if you drink this cup of tea right now. But this is more about a ritual. This is about getting into a meditative state, and setting intentions, and where you place your focus is so very important. So whenever we set up a ritual, that is what it is for. It's to start to focus on the intention, the manifestation, the thing that we're trying to attract into our life, the thing we're trying to change in our life. We're really honing in on that and focusing, rather than letting our minds be all over the place, which is where we are typically. So I really enjoy stuff like this because my mind is always going 100 million miles an hour, and I enjoy doing this. It is a fun thing for me to do, and anything that I can, sit back, kind of remove myself from the rest of the world and really focus on what I'm wanting to change, my intentions, and I really do that. And I don't know, it just feels really good, and I see a lot of really good results. I see things starting to change in my life. Whenever I put focus somewhere else for any amount of time like that, even when I do like my new moon and full moon rituals and stuff like that, I look back and pretty much everything is happening at that point. So I just think these little simple things are very powerful, and I feel that we all have access to them, and that's why I like sharing them with you guys. So like I said, today we're going to manifest with some tea, and I hope you guys enjoy. All right, you guys, so we're going to get started with our manifestation tea, or our attracting intention tea, anything like that. Tea has been used for centuries and centuries in celebrations and times of comfort, those sort of things. Tea is very special, I know, in many cultures. I find it very powerful, and the reason is, first of all, because you're sitting over and really contemplating when you're drinking tea, you're sipping, you're setting intentions, you're thinking about things. And all these, like, when you slow down, when you're more mindful, is very, very powerful. On top of the herbs that you actually use in the tea, which is what I'm going to talk about in a second, is very powerful too, because each different herb has different properties to it, different magical or even healing properties. And I've actually gotten into herbs a lot more, and I've been studying them more, and I will probably give you guys some more videos about those sort of things soon. I'm still learning a lot of stuff, but it's very interesting. I've always been very drawn to nature, very drawn to natural things, and I really like it that you can use it, like I said, in these simple rituals and the tea, and make your own tea. And so that's what we're going to do today. So you don't have to make your own tea. I kind of recommend it because it's a whole process that kind of makes it special too. So if you have access and a way to make your own tea, and it's super simple, I promise, then I recommend it, because as you're actually doing this, you're, putting your energy and your intention into the process of this. If not, that's okay too. Then make sure, you start somewhere. Always start somewhere. That's better than not starting at all. So you could use just, prepackaged tea bag, and then I'll discuss a little bit, because we're going to talk about the different herbs that you can use. And so I'm not going to go over all of them because you can Google them, of course, but there are different herbs that have different properties, and each, different one actually, has, like I said, different healing or different energetic properties for your manifesting, for your intentions, for these things. So I picked the ones that I have personally that I have been growing. We actually just started our herb garden again this year. We're about to plant them in the ground. They haven't gotten there yet, but I used some from that, and then also a bay leaf. As you can see, that one's actually a dried bay leaf. The energetic properties of it is pretty powerful and pretty cool. But first off, you guys, you're gonna need a jar, of course, if you are making your own tea. If you want to skip over to the end when I'm just like doing the actual, tea ritual, I'm going to put a timestamp below for you guys. If you just want to watch through and see how I actually do it, it's pretty simple. And I'm going to be working on another video for you guys too about different plants that grow in our backyards, or in a lot of people's backyards that we have access to, that we can also use to make teas for healing, for magical uses, for spells, rituals, and stuff like that too. You can actually look up some different stuff in your backyard, you guys, like clover. I have stuff called wood sorrel, different things like this you can actually use to make teas out of. And like I said, they have metaphysical, magical properties as well too. So first off, you will need your jar if you're making your own, and of course your water. And obviously the better water that you have, tap water is fine, but I do recommend, really good water. And I guess that just depends on you, on the person, what you believe is good water here. And I'm actually drinking my tea right now because my throat is a little sore and it feels so good. So the next thing you're going to want to do after you get your water is you're going to start to put your, obviously, herbs over into the water. Like I said, different herbs have different meanings and properties to them, and based off what you're trying to manifest or attract into your life, whatever your intention is, it's going to be important to kind of choose ones that center around this. Now, herbs are typically, they're versatile, they have different meanings, and like what I used in mine, which I'm going to go over, is, of course, I used the bay leaf. The bay leaf was something I felt was really, really important. It has been used since the beginning of time, but they literally used it in Greek history. It's the laurel wreath that they put and crown on people, and it means victory. It's actually really good too for just manifesting, bringing wishes. It's a powerful, powerful herb, and you can actually also write your manifestations or wishes or anything like that on the bay leaf and then burn it, and it's said to come true. It's supposed to come true for you, and I've actually done it several times. I do little things like that. I love anything that is like a ritual, because more than anything, it gets me focused on what I really want. It gets me out of, like I said, that hamster wheel brain, that brain that like keeps me like out there all the time and kind of recenters me back in. And I definitely need that a lot. And once again, those simple things like that are very, very powerful, because if you realize, we spend most of our time really focused on everything else, on other things, on things that we really don't want in our life. And so just taking some time to focus on what you do want can be very powerful. So I did use the bay leaf. Oh, the bay leaf is also really good for cleansing your aura and the energy in your house too. That is actually very powerful. That's what I use it the most for, is burning a bay leaf if I want to cleanse something. But I thought it would be good to put in here because it is great to cleanse at any time. Honestly, we pick up so much energy, and we're always constantly picking up energy and feeling other people's energies. I just think that's very important. So something else I used in here is rosemary. Rosemary is a very, very powerful herb as well too. Something very common also that you can get. It's another cleansing, protecting herb too, but it's also very good for just different rituals and kind of setting intentions and things like that too. I use spearmint. Spearmint is also one that is a clearing and protection herb. Most of the herbs are protection, but that one, the spearmint actually represents prosperity, abundance, and things like that. So I wanted to add that too. And it also clears your mind So my specific intention, you know, when I was setting mine, I was like, okay, I want to grow my channel. I want to grow my YouTube channel and make it successful. So I wanted to have something that would clear my mind, so I was able to think of good videos and content that I could come up with, on top of like remove any blocks or negativity that was in my way, and then of course attract prosperity and luck and abundance into my life. So that's kind of what this is a mixture of all that kind of energy together. So that's why I use the spearmint as well too, because of course we're going to try to attract some abundance or prosperity into our lives also. Another herb I used in here was thyme, which was also another healing and cleansing herb. I put a couple in here that had some healing properties in it, so it's mainly healing, cleansing, and then I did like an abundance. Only the spearmint was really like the abundance, but all of them kind of work together really with that. And then just the fact that they're green, I always think of abundance whenever I see the color green. So basically you put all these herbs in here, and so what we're making is a sun tea. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's something I grew up with. It's actually one of my favorite teas that you can make. And so we put it in the jar, and then you sit it outside for a couple hours in the sun, and then when you're done, so you can either heat it up on a stove and make your hot tea, or you can even put it over water if you wanted to and make more like a tonic, something like that. I did choose to make a hot tea because my throat was a little sore, like I said, and it's good. Like really good. But so you're sitting it outside for a couple hours, you're letting it get that sun's energy. This is why I chose this, because I was like, okay, well, I could throw it all together and put it on the stove and heat it up. But I was like, if it sits outside, I'm putting my intention into it, and then the sun is actually, you know, putting its energy into it too, because the sun gives life. I was like, this is perfect. So I sat it outside. I also thought it would be really cool to make like a moon tea as well too, and charge it with moon water during different cycles and stuff like that, the full moon, the new moon, and different things. Maybe for the ritual, you know, you actually make your own tea for that time. And I might actually try that because it sounds pretty cool. But anyway, so we made a sun tea though, because I thought it would be more powerful, be more, you know, charged and energized with the sun's energy. And then we have the herbs, and then we have set our intention, and we're letting it sit outside. And then, like I said, after a couple hours, you can choose to either heat it up on the stove, or you can put it over ice. I sometimes like iced tea as well too. So yeah, either way, I just really like tea a lot. But so then after that, we are going to be drinking our tea. And after, you know, this process, so say you just decided to make yourself some tea today, you didn't want to go through this whole process here, and you're just drinking your tea. So the whole thing is, like I said, slowing yourself down, taking time to really focus on your intentions, on what you really want in your life, because we don't do this very often. We're, you know, most of the time distracted by other things. So it's important to take time each day to focus on the things that we want. Scripting, doing this in the morning, these are all really powerful things that can, simple things that are powerful, that can change your life. No joke, they are crazy. So what you're going to want to do though is you've already set your intention with the initial tea, so then you're going to be drinking it and really just like meditating on this intention, on this, what you're trying to attract or manifest into your life too. And as you're drinking it, basically it is a meditation, a time devoted to this. And so as you're doing that, you're sipping, you're thinking, you are actually blessing yourself. And that's something else that I do. I usually, whenever I'm drinking something, I try to bless myself, bless people around me, and just remind myself that all these things are giving me life. All these things are wonderful, that, you know, that have been given freely. And it's just something to be thankful and grateful for, which is really where prayer came from initially. When we blessed our food, we are supposed to be blessing it to nourish our bodies. Well, that is so we change the property of the food or the drink in order for it to nourish our body. If we're looking at our food or drink and going, well, this isn't any good for me, and you're sitting there drinking it, then this is what is going into your body at that point. It's important to be very mindful about, you know, how you're thinking about things, because what you think does come into your reality. You have the power to create your own life, but you're actually changing the physical properties of things around you too. This is why we had the tree of knowledge of good and evil, because some people call things good, sometimes people call things bad too, and you know, it just depends on that person's perspective. So the person that thinks something is bad is going to receive bad in their life because they've called it bad. The person that thinks it's good is going to receive good. So like I said, it's very, very important to stay mindful, you guys, on about what you're doing, how you're thinking about things each day. Little things affect us very much. And it's because we've become programmed, you know, everything's become subconscious, everything's become routine for us to think a certain way, and we think that things aren't actually affecting us, and they very much are. So when you start switching up little things like doing little tea rituals, blessing your food, and truly meaning it, you're going to see a lot of things change in your life, in your body, everything, how you attract into your life. So yes, during your little tea ritual, make sure that you're just spending this time to really meditate. Be mindful on what you really want. You know, thank the tea and the herbs and everything for being there, for blessing you, for, you know, yeah, providing you nutrients and different things and energy, because that is what all this stuff does. So I would spend probably a good 15 minutes at least, maybe 30 minutes, in doing that, just kind of really being intentional about what you're thinking about and what you're really wanting. And then after that, go on with your day. But I also recommend that you guys start your day like this. This would be very, very powerful to start your day. And I have a video I'm working on too about routines that you will start your day that are very, you know, powerful, that can change your life. And I'll probably do that one in the next couple of days too. These are things I've been pretty excited about. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please leave a like or a comment. Let me know how you're doing. And I hope you guys have a super blessed day. Thank you very much for watching.